Alright, this is a lesson on applying those sixths that we learned last lesson. The first one, we're going to do a real simple blues turnaround. We've actually done this in a bunch of other blues lessons in the key of A over an A7 chord. Alright, we've got this sixth shape right here, both notes on the 9th fret. And what we're doing is we're hybrid picking, so you got your pick on the 3rd string and your middle finger on the 1st string. And I'm just sliding, back up a little bit, the 6 down from 9 to 8 to 7. And then I'm playing this one here, which is 5th and 6th frets over the A. Alright, so that's where that lick is derived from. And we're doing it chromatic, which means that instead of just playing notes that are in this scale, we're actually going from one set of notes to the other smoothly, or like that. Now, one other thing that you can do just to mess with it is to invert it. We're going to take the note on the 1st string, because if you remember, the 1st string and the 6th string are the same note. They're both E strings. So any of those notes are going to be the same. So instead of doing that, we're going to take that C sharp on the 1st string, put it on the 6th string, and just play the same lick. We're going to end with the same 6th fret 3rd string, but the 5th fret will be on the 6th string instead of the 1st string. Now, there's a lot of where people slide these licks around. Right. We're going to do some licks that are a little bit different than that with this. Lick number 1 on the page is all over an E chord. It would be E major or E7. Actually, it'd have to be E7. What we're going to do is we're going to slide. We're starting on a pickup note that happens to not be in the chord. The 8th fret, 2nd and 4th strings, and then we're coming into the 9th fret, which is actually part of this E chord. And then you notice I've got my 1st finger on the 1st string, 7th fret, which is a B. That's the 5th note of an E chord. And then back to the 8th fret, 7th fret, and I'm going to do something kind of funky there from the 7th fret. We can't just slide from an idea that's on the same fret to an idea that's on different frets. So we're going to slide the middle finger down a fret. We're going to pull off the 3rd finger to the 1st finger on the 2nd string. So you get the kind of the same. And then you slide those down. So I'll do kind of slow. And once again, I am still hybrid picking these. I'm using my pick and middle finger for the 2nd and 4th strings. And then when I have to get the note on the 1st string, I'm actually using my ring finger. Alright, idea number 2. We're going to finger it a little bit differently because we're doing a hammer on and pull idea. We're going to bar our 1st finger on the 9th fret. We're going to be playing the 2nd and 4th strings. And we're going to hammer on middle finger onto the 2nd string, 10th fret, and 3rd finger onto the 4th string, 11th fret. And then pulling them off together. And then 8th fret, 2nd and 4th strings, 7th fret. And then we're actually switching string sets here. This right here is your 1st finger on the 9th fret, 3rd string, middle finger on the 11th fret, 5th string. This happens to be the same as this. So usually that'd be the common thing to do. What I'm doing here is this, because I want to finish it off with this nice E up on top. Alright, so one more time for you. Alright, now the next 2 ideas that we have are going to be a little bit different. I kind of like messing around with drone or open strings. We're going to take this 6th here. We have the 12th fret, 1st string, 13th fret, 3rd string. I'm hybrid picking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the first note, and I'm going to play the 12th fret first string, and then pull off to the open string. And as I move these sixths down, on just every note that's on the first string, so if I do it quicker, let's see. Gives you something a little bit different, not real normal guitar sounding. You can do that with any of these. The last one we're going to do here is a little out of the blues realm, might be a little bit more country. We're on the 9th fret, 2nd and 4th strings. We're going to have the note on the 2nd string pulling off to the open B string, which the B, or the open 2nd string, that happens to be the 5th note in an E major chord. So it's still a chord tone, it still works. So what I have here, 9th fret on both strings, 7th fret on both strings, and then we have the 10th and the 11th frets on the 2nd and 4th strings, and back to the 9th fret. So we have actually used something kind of similar to this in a song off of my album Desert Center, on a song called Far Away on the outro bit, where I'm playing this. And it's kind of over an E minor kind of chord progression. And what it is I'm using it with a lot of distortion. It doesn't sound very country at all. It almost sounds more like Randy Rhoads goes chicken picking or something. And that solo might end up being an object lesson for us here in the near future, because it's got some kind of cool things that where I'm playing like drone strings and sixths and blues licks and stuff in more of a harder rock context, but they don't sound out of place. So we'll mess with that probably next lesson. This lesson, have fun with your sixths.